I want to encourage all of our residents to stay in a safe location until the storm has passed.
To put Florence into perspective, the Saturday before Florence hit, we were still reeling from Hurricane Matthew in Pender and Columbus counties.
Before the storm, we were already pretty overwhelmed. As soon as we got back from the storm, we called everybody on our waiting list, all 174 people who were already on our list, and 91 of them also had Hurricane Florence damage.
We had brought our nightly census of shelter guests down to about 50 adults and children a night. After Florence hit, we pretty immediately jumped to about 87 to 90 folks, and then it pretty quickly grew to 100, 110, 120, and really then it became an exercise in just how many people we could figure out how to fit within our building.
For a lot of residents, their disaster actually happened after the storm had already passed because the rivers started to rise. And so for those in Pender County, for those in Brunswick County, for those in Columbus County, their disaster started a couple of days after the storm had passed. Our role is to make sure that we can provide disaster relief for those communities, to make sure that we can open shelters, support those shelters, and take care of those residents who evacuated ahead of the storm or had no place to go when they discovered that their homes had suffered significant damage.
When the storm hit, we were able to operate as a disaster relief site for about 12 days. We had people come from the north side, come in, get supplies and food that they needed, and then the next day they were here and volunteered for 10 days straight.
We quickly realized that there was a deficit of infrastructure to do case management with the sheer number of survivors that our community were assisting.
So far with Florence, we've served over 9,000 households. Thanks to United Way providing us with volunteers on site and just all of our partners really coming together. We're a staff of 5. There's no way that without our partners and our volunteers in our community that we would have been able to serve that many people.
The United Way worked with the entire community to try to orchestrate that kind of response, but the larger role that the United Way plays is bringing it from response into recovery. Before Florence, only one of our 4 counties had a long-term recovery group, and these groups are faith-based organizations, nonprofit organizations, all working together to handle donations management, to handle construction, rebuilding, to handle case management. And the unmet needs committees can drive the allocations of contributions of the community in an intelligent way to fill whatever gaps are out there.
And I'm so thankful for United Way and some of the other community leaders for bringing us all to the table and showing us what that looks like and giving us a framework to work together.
When you support organizations like the United Way, you support agencies like ours that are providing that critical resource in your community. Ultimately, all of us have to work together. This is going to be a long-term recovery. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. And so when we all work together, when we all work united, we can make sure that we can recover better and stronger than we ever were before the storm.
We salute our United Way agencies for being on the front line of healing, and we salute our community leaders and residents for the heroes that they are and continue to be throughout the year My name is Craig Heim. I'm CEO of United Way, and we sincerely thank you for all you've done for our community and for what we will do together.